Welcome. My name is Robert Kaiser, CEO of UK-based PPSS Group, a company well respected for its level of integrity and morals, and above all for the performance of high-performance body armor. This video is a brief demonstration of our certified Care 1 and NIJ1 stab-resistant vests. We usually supply these body armor to difficult sectors such as prison services, civil enforcement in UK that will be training standards, licensing, community safety teams, etc., but also to border control, immigration, customs, and also recently public transport companies. The difference of this body armor is it's rigid, it's not made of Kevlar. I'm not a great fan of Kevlar due to its limited lifespan, and it really hates exposure to UV light and fluid and moisture and sweat, etc. We're using a high-performance type of polycarbonate that's rigid, and for that reason offers absolutely unmatched level of protection from blunt force trauma injuries. But let's go through a few demonstrations, because we know that many companies out there who can talk the talk and purely rely on certifications on standard, which I get, but I believe we would like to go beyond that and actually show them that we're not just talking the talk, but also walking the walk. And if I would be an officer, I would appreciate if the CEO of a body armor manufacturing company actually can show the real performance of the product they're going to wear. So let's give it a go. Just to introduce briefly, my colleague Jim Still has been a Royal Marine in the past, Royal Marine Commando, and has been operating in Iraq as a private military contract for 8 years. So he knows a couple of things about violence and operational risks on duty for sure. So he's going to perform all the demonstrations alongside me. Thanks a lot. Okay, and that is one of the best combat knives I have seen in the past, so I think it definitely does the trick. And I believe if all body armor protects you from a combat knife like that, it's going to most likely protect you from a knife people usually find on the street or they find in a kitchen drawer. But another weapon you might come across is actually a spike. So this would be, for example, what a spike could look like. Okay, again, there will be no damage to the body armor whatsoever. There's no risk involved, absolutely. In terms of, you couldn't break or defeat the body armor. It's just no chance. Another type of shank, for example. Okay, again, no chance. But the difference of this body armor is very important to understand. It's not just offering a certified stab and spike resistant, above all, more importantly, for what we believe is a much more commonly faced injury, which would be blunt force trauma related injuries. So let's use a blunt object to represent that kind of threat. Okay, do it again. And again. Okay, now this is a pretty good bar, and it still will bend ultimately, and it will not defeat this body armor. Let's take a wooden plank, whatever you want to call it. Oh, okay, I can feel that. I can feel the impact, but it sort of absorbs across your body. The body armor will not be defeated. There's no chance. You can feel the impact, but the risk of injuries literally is zero. Another threat of today's society, a very sad threat of today's society, are hypodermic needles. Of people getting shot and being stabbed and surviving, but you may only get pricked by the wrong needle, by the wrong person with the wrong blood, and that may well be your death penalty. So I believe a body armor, a stab-resistant vest, must offer protection from hypodermic needles. So here's an example. So all it will do, it will either break the needle or it will bend the needle. In my opinion, this body armor is as good as technology allows us to do to protect today's homeland security professionals or domestic frontline professionals, I would call them. Any questions you have in terms of our body armor, with technical specifications or performances, just make contact with us. The company details will come into the screen literally in a very few seconds. But I can assure you that our body armor will make sure that you are coming home safely to your wives and kids. And that's what it's really all about. So you take care of yourself, look after yourself, and I wish you all the very best.